Hello and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series as I remember to turn off my fan as to not bother your ears this whole time. I will be your caster tonight. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I am bringing you a Division B West matchup between Phoenix Rising Onyx and Nanoed ABBA. We are just getting the lobby formed here. But before we get to the draft, let's take you over to the comparison screen. It's time for the tale of the tape. Phoenix Rising Onyx is coming into tonight's matchup at 2 wins and 5 losses on their match record, though they are 8 and 10 so far in their map record. So close to even on the maps, just haven't gone quite their way in a few of these matches. When given the opportunity, they have chosen Battlefield of Eternity twice and Dragonshire once, though first pick is the role of choice for this team, as you'll see with Nanoed ABBA as well. When it comes down to hero choices, it's been 5 games of Li Ming thus far, 4 with Ana, and 4 with Blaze, but given that there have been 18 maps played so far, this team is definitely willing to switch up their picks if the situation calls for it. Nanoed ABBA coming in at 2 wins and 3 losses so far this season with a map record of 5 and 6. Another team that has very much varied their map choices, just the latest being Dragonshire and Infernal Shrines, but they've never chosen the same map twice. When it comes to their hero choices, Stukov at 4 games, Raynor at 4 games, and Malthael at 3. So, we've got 2 teams here who like to switch things up, who like to vary their picks. They're not locked into compositions here. We'll see what they do against each other, what they do on the maps here tonight. Let them know that the caster is ready, and we can get into the game very shortly. Hope you're having a good time this evening. I'm excited here to get this matchup underway. It's been a bit since I've casted. A lot of the games got scooped up while I was looking for them last week. But here we are. I've got everything scheduled till the end of the season. This is the first of 10 remaining broadcasts. And as we get into it, before I take you to the draft, let's take you to the maps to let you know what happened here. Phoenix Rising Onyx did win the flip and chose first pick. They banned out Towers of Doom and Braxis Holdout, whereas Nanoed ABBA banned out Dragonshire and Volskaya Foundry and chose to take us to Battlefield of Eternity here for game number 1. So let's get this draft started. All right, first ban here coming out. Just double checking that I have all the right players here. There's Perito.
Okay.
There we go. John Knight, thank you very much for the follow. As we look to ban number 1 here, it is going to be Johanna banned out by Phoenix Rising Onyx. Just an overall good tank. Haven't seen a whole lot of Johanna from Nanoed ABBA so far, but when it comes to a team who's ready to flex, you might as well just take those power picks away. And it is going to be Li Ming banned out by Nanoed ABBA. As I double checked, perfect. Got all my players sorted out. Fantastic. Second ban set up for Phoenix Rising Onyx. We've got Li Ming banned out, a strong racer who can poke down the Immortal from range. We'll see if they respond in kind or if they want to keep possibly choking out those tanks. It will be the Stukov ban. Stukov, one of the more played heroes by Nanoed ABBA. So definitely well-scouted ban there. Wanting to eliminate those big silent zones. Battlefield of Eternity is one of those maps with a lot of choke points where Stukov can get a lot of value. So strong ban there for sure. Will Nanoed ABBA keep eliminating racers, or will they choose to eliminate somewhere else? They are going to get rid of the Lunara here. Not the strongest racer, but definitely a lot of immortal damage and a lot of wave clear from Lunara, and it will be Raynor, picked up by Kurama here. Snapping that in very quickly is Phoenix Rising Onyx. They want that race potential. He doesn't have quite the same distance on the poke as Li Ming does, but with that, it's not Executioner, it's Exterminator. he can get a whole lot of damage done very quickly. Responding with the Greymane and the Anduin picks is Nanoed Abba. Greymane, another strong racer. Can't do it from quite as safe a distance, but he is also quite good at getting those camps cleaned up and making sure that you control that macro here on Battlefield of Eternity. Responding with the Mal'Ganis and the Rhaegar is Phoenix Rising Onyx. As I update my players here, trying out a new thing, a new deal. I'm going to have the players pop up when the game starts. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, attack at the Greymane. With the third band coming out for Nanoed Abba, we see the healer, range DPS, and tank locked in, so it's really just the flex picks remaining. It will be Kael'thas banned out. They want to make sure that they don't have an easy follow-up stun blow-up combo with those Mal'Ganis sleeps. Kael'thas overall a strong hero, especially if Mal'Ganis can get people slept next to each other. That living bomb can really do some damage. We'll see what Phoenix Rising Onyx wants to ban away with Anduin and Greymane pick. They may choose to continue locking down the tanks here, and they will with Garrosh now being banned out. ETC is still open. Muradin has been known to come out here on Battlefield of Eternity with that sledgehammer, providing a lot of race value. Though not exactly the biggest tank in the meta. We'll see who they end up choosing. It will be that ETC for Yep. And Sylvanas to pair with that Greymane makes this a very lethal push comp. At ETC, then Kurtdog picked up the Sylvanas. Very good. So, we need a solo laner, and we need someone to get some assassin work done for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Let's see what they choose here. It's going to be the Malthael for that off lane, and Orphea. Orphea very, very strong on this current patch, doing a lot of good damage. Hard to lock down with all those jumps that are provided by landing that Q. And if she takes that chomp talent to back off, that's even more that they can do in terms of mobility to avoid that ETC Anduin. Orphea, DK, Malthael. And it's going to be a Chen pickup to verse that Malthael coming out from Zloth. An interesting pick here on Battlefield of Eternity. Chen very good at controlling space. So we'll see how these teams are going to respond. We've got a very strong push comp with that Chen on the side of Nanoed Abba, and with Mal'Ganis being able to set things up and Orphea able to knock things down. It's going to be quite the battle here on Battlefield of Eternity. Let's get it going. Let's go to game number 1. Right. Loading in here to game number 1 on Battlefield of Eternity.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
On the left side, we have Phoenix Rising Onyx with Burrito playing that Mal'Ganis. Gingy Boy on the Orphea. Kurama will be playing Raynor. Myrari on the Rhaegar. And DK Salt will be playing the Malthael. On the right side, we have Nanoed Abba with Zloth playing that Chen. Kurtdog on the Sylvanas. Anatek 89 will be on the... Oh gosh, I can't see. Yep's playing ETC. Anatek is on the Greymane. Donald's on the Anduin. And we've got a bit of a sneaky push here on the top with that Sylvanas. Malthael will sniff this out, but can they get this top tower? It looks like they're going to get a lot of damage onto it here. Only Malthael here to respond, and with Greymane jumping in, that seals the fate of this top tower. Will Anatek be able to get out of there? Yes, they will, as we are going to see a 4-man in the top lane. The With that Mal'Ganis sleeping onto Anatech, ETC is being caught out a bit. Looks like Greymane is going to be peeled away. Having to use those taps early here, and we've got a 4v4 in the top lane. Now moving down is Onyx. Possibly. It looks like they're going to try to send Malthael down as Orphea was stuck there laning versus Chen. They're going to move that Orphea back up to handle that kill pressure. Burrito moving in to make sure that they sleep Kurt Dog and get out of there. Easy peasy. They want to make sure they clear that lane to be able to get that kill pressure onto Nanoed Abba here. In the early game, yep, sliding forward, but not getting to land. Yep, taking a whole lot of damage here as Burrito did land that stun, but Anatech is on top of the Mal'Ganis. That could be a trade here. Can Greymane get out of there? Anduin with a great grab, making sure Greymane did not pay for the kill, and it will be first blood going over to the side of Nanoed Abba. Very aggressive Greymane play there, knowing that Anduin was there for the save. Very well done here on the top lane. Meanwhile, on the bottom, it will be mostly a stalemate between Malthael and Chen. Chen able to keep his health very high, not quite the same wave clear as Malthael, but it will be mostly pretty easy back and forth, not a lot of kill potential there in the early game between Malthael and Chen. Very nice slide there from Yep, but Burrito is in with the sleep, gets rooted by Anduin, but enough disruption done by our Mal'Ganis to send that camp over to Phoenix Rising Onyx here. Very nicely done. Getting that early kill lead is Nanoed Abba. They're both going to hit level 4 at about the same time. Kurt Dog in a bit of trouble here, uses the Haunting Wave, but is picked off by the Rainer there. We'll come up very shortly. We'll be back for the objective that is spawning in about 30 seconds. Phoenix Rising Onyx moving onto the camp with Rainer and Rhaegar. They will clear that up very quickly, and it actually looks like Malthael may have overextended a little bit versus that Chen. I missed that kill in the bottom lane. That is a very timely kill there for Nanoed Abba, making sure Malthael will not be there to race this initial objective. Nanoed Abba working on their Shaman camp will be a little bit late there. Kurama right onto the race for the side of Onyx. Meanwhile, Chen is working on a little bit of damage there, but Burrito is there to harass. And it looks like the teams will meet on the top objective. Kurama just working in those hits, but it is Burrito caught in the back line. Some great stuns there, and Mal'Ganis is going to go down. A successful defense here for Nanoed Abba forces Onyx back, and now they're going to move and get some race stun on their own with Greymane locked on. They'll have this burned down in a jiffy. Rainer working around the top, trying to get a little bit of extra damage in there with that Exterminator. Actually triggering the halftime event is Onyx, and the race will be on. Mal'Ganis has returned to the field. It looks like Onyx wants to actually move on to the opposite side to invade. Chen a little bit caught out here. Mal'Ganis right in the back, sleeping people into that stun. Donald so low, gets taken out. Yep is forced to back off. Anatech is trying to focus all damage onto the Immortal, but gets taken out. Sloth could be next, and that's 3 kills for Phoenix Rising Onyx, and the chase is on for Yep. Can they catch him? No, the face melt. Will it be enough? Rhaegar cannot quite get the bite, but it will be Sylvanas actually going down to the Rainer in the top. Quite the back and forth on kills here, as Nanoed Abba suffering damages, but winning this Immortal. It will be burned down very quickly. We'll see just how much can be done. Level 7 here coming in for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Looks like it will get 1 tower here before being burned out. Meanwhile, Malthael trying their luck again versus this Chen in the top lane. That's a lot of kill pressure from that Chen. Malthael is going to have to be a little bit more careful as Burrito gets found in the bush, but the root from Anduin not quite landing, and Mal'Ganis will get away as the rest of his team is now possibly pinned here by the ETC, but Orphea with all that movement gets the cleanse. Burrito soaking for the team, doing that good Mal'Ganis business, taking all the damage and getting on out of there scot-free. Very nice peel there by Burrito. Looking to control this bottom bush is Yep sliding onto the Rhaegar. Burrito with the follow-up stun. Good sleep there, and it will be Sylvanas going down before Anduin can land that leap of faith. And Orphea chasing down ETC as well. 2 more kills for Phoenix Rising. Onyx will secure this front wall. Very nicely done. Chen is actually trying to chase down Malthael in this top lane. Looks like we might have a rotation here from Phoenix Rising Onyx. Orphea trying to help out our Malthael player who has to back here. That Chen pressure just a little bit too much. And we might see a change in matchup there in the top lane. As level 10 coming in very soon here for Phoenix Rising Onyx, and only halfway through level 8 is Nanoed Abba, with 20 seconds until this Immortal spawn in the top-bottom positions here. Looks like Malthael is going to help out Orphea with this top camp. Chen will not be able to 1v2 for long there. But Nanoed Abba sees this rotation and is looking to move onto this bottom fort, but here comes Mal'Ganis. They're going to have to back off here. As Mal'Ganis providing a lot of disruption, they're not going to be able to stay there for too long. Especially with level 10s coming in here for Phoenix Rising Onyx. The race is on. Chen coming down for a fight here, pre-10, trying to catch Onyx off guard, but here comes the halftime show. Ults are out for Phoenix Rising Onyx. A huge Orphea ult kills Greymane, and DK Salt is on the chase of Kurt Dog in the back. Yep, is being chased down by the Mal'Ganis. Taken out by the Raynor. That's 3 kills so far. Can Donald escape? No. Donald goes down to the Malthael pressure. They want Chen as well, but Chen manages to escape. An amazing chase there by Phoenix Rising Onyx gives them an 11-9 lead and a full shield Immortal. Is going to be pushing down the top lane along with this camp. A tremendous start here for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Very nicely done, as they're going to get a lot of work here on this siege. Before the Immortal even arrives, all members of Nanoed Abba are up. They are not level 10 yet. They need to let that trickle XP come through. Chen actually working on level 10 in the bottom lane, and they are going to come through right about now. It is 12-9 briefly. They're going to have to back off. Kurt Dog has already used the Haunting Wave, and the sleep by Mal'Ganis isn't going to be enough. Yes, Sylvanas goes down just as level 10's coming in for Nanoed Abba. This push could be a little bit too much. Malthael and Chen are still brawling in the bottom lane. We got a 4v3 with a very healthy Immortal here, taking down this front wall. Sylvanas still down for another 5 seconds. Here comes the Immortal. It's going straight onto the keep. Sylvanas is about to come up. A good sleep onto ETC. Can the poke be enough to take down this Immortal? It looks like this keep is all but done for. Mal'Ganis taking a lot of poke damage. Mind Control goes out onto Rhaegar. The stun from ETC. The root is there. Follow-up Light Bomb, but Rhaegar still very high health here. Bloodlust is popped. And yep, gets taken down. That 3-level lead, just too much health. There goes a Sylvanas. Greymane is being chased down. Can Anduin get the save? The stun is out. No, Anduin is now has to retreat. And the final hit from Raynor means that's 4 kills. But with so little health left, here's Chen with the defense. It looks like they're not going to push their luck here. Mirari's going to have to retreat. Chen looking for a bit of an engage here. Looks like they're going to have to turn around and force that Chen ult to expire before they can back off. Now stealing the camp of Nanoed Abba is Phoenix Rising Onyx, picking up those shamans, denying them from Nanoed Abba at our next objective phase. Now splitting to take camps. Malthael could be in a bit of trouble here, as we see Chen and ETC rotating to this bottom camp. He's going to have to be careful. His clear speed is not that good. Sees the minimap and manages to escape. Very nicely done by DK Salt to not fall to this gank attempt. And a good rotation by Nanoed Abba, making sure that they pick up one of these camps. DK Salt is actually picked off by Chen here. With Yep sliding under the towers, Malthael choosing the wrong way to rotate there. But Yep gets saved by the Anduin, and it looks like they will get out with the kill there. Malthael will be spawning about the same time as the objective. Kurt Dog with a very aggressive Haunting Wave. Bloodlust is out, Light Bomb is out, Sylvanas down. Mirari is kind of stuck in the back here. We'll need to watch their position. Rhaegar goes down. Malthael putting everyone to sleep. That's Chen down. Looks like Anatak could be next. Orphea on the chase here. That movement is just too much for Nanoed Abba. Orphea very difficult to run away from. And the objective is up. It is a 1-for-3 trade. Phoenix Rising Onyx is going to work on their race while they can. Meanwhile, in the top lane, this camp still pushing hard. Nanoed Abba will have to work on that. Malthael wants to get this Shaman camp pushing in the bottom lane as Raynor working on this objective. Mal'Ganis looking to protect Raynor, give him as much time as possible to burn this down. All members now back on the field. Here comes Orphea, here comes Rhaegar, here comes Nanoed Abba. Looking to engage before this halftime event, but Raynor's damage just a little bit too quick, and we're going into phase 2 of this objective. It is north-south positions again. A little bit of time will be taken here by Phoenix Rising Onyx, but Burrito in the back looking to give as much time for the race as possible. Burrito actually gets caught in the mosh pit, but the Unstoppable is there, and we're going to have a fight here. Bloodlust is popped. DK Salt using the Tormented Souls to heal back up. Kurt Dog taken out by the Orphea. Yep, in a bit of trouble here. DK Salt just wreaking havoc in the back with that percent damage. Chen goes down. Greymane goes down. Donald pulling Yep out of danger, but that is 3 kills for Phoenix Rising Onyx. And another full shield Immorta will be pushing here along with this Shaman camp. Will there be a split push? No, it looks like they're just going to push straight through this bottom lane with this full objective. They want to get as much as they can. Level 16 to 13. This is going to be a tough defense here for Nanoed Abba. All members now back up, coming to the defense here. Yep, stepping up here. Going to have to be careful versus that Mal'Ganis. With that 3-level lead, he's going to have no qualms at all about diving under this tower. And here comes the objective, still at full shields. Looking to do as much as they can. Looking to disrupt here. Here comes the ult from DK Salt. Getting a lot of marks out onto the enemy team. Orphea's ult is out. Light Bomb in response. Here comes the Bloodlust. Burrito is actually caught in the back under the core, and Mal'Ganis goes down. A great counter kill by Nanoed Abba. Looks like they might get the defense here. This fight does go on, but the Immortal is on the core. Rhaegar is now taken out next, but the counter kill onto Greymane. Yep, in the back, trying to deal with this Malthael, who is warping around. Kurt Dog looking to get that kill. Chen is down. ETC is down. 2 members left for Phoenix Rising Onyx is probably going to be enough. 35% on this core, and this Immortal is going to do everything they needed. A valiant effort there by Nanoed Abba, but it is 1-0 for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Very well done. Phoenix Rising Onyx, 25 kills that game. Just very strong team fights, using that Mal'Ganis to set up the Orphea and the Rhaegar ults. Just too much to handle for Nanoed Abba. Very, very nicely done. Malthael did have a little bit of trouble versus that Chen. A very well played solo lane there by Sloth, getting the value especially in that early game, but ultimately just too much kill pressure, and game 1 goes over to Phoenix Rising Onyx. Very, very nice game number 1. Let me get on the horn with the captain of Nanoed Abba and see where they want to go for game number, what their choice is for game number 2. Where be Donald? There he is. What? Let's figure that out. They're going for first pick. All right. There we go. Let me update my Soothsayer here. Won by Phoenix Rising Onyx. Amazing. All right, we're going to get set up for game number 2. Looks like we've got some folks in chat today. Good race for both teams. Is it worth it to die level 1 for one of those front wall turrets? You know, I'm not sure how much XP those turrets give. That's a good point. Alright, the map is chosen. We're going to get a lobby link here in a moment. And yeah, those level 1 deaths are pretty unimportant. So I think that tower push is worth it, even if you get... As long as you keep those lanes soaked if you give up a kill, I think it's still worth it. Gingy one trick in Orphea. That was a very, very well played Orphea. I've been looking to learn Orphea myself, honestly. I don't know how difficult that movement really is to pull off. They make it look very, very fancy. I'll say that. But it could be like Urel. Like, for the longest time, I put off learning Urel because it looked so weird and clunky. Everything was a channel. I'm like, why? And now I'm approaching level 10 on Urel, and I'm just like, why did I put this off for so long? She's amazing. I feel like Orphea could be a similar situation. Looking forward to learning that one. Especially with how strong she is in this current patch. We might actually see... I can't remember if Orphea got touched in the last one. I think we might see next week. I'm not sure. I don't know if Orphea is a real big problem amongst the general populace right now. Alright, map is chosen. First pick going in the right direction. Amazing. Amazing stuff! Let them know that I am ready to go. These teams have been very prompt so far, making me very happy. Haven't had any problems whatsoever. It's been very good. It's like the teams are about to start up this lobby, as I attempt to say words. Alright, we're going to be loading up here in a moment. I gotta update this. Boom. Amazing. Everyone is about ready to go, so we're about to get into this draft. Before we do, let me remind you of the map situation here. Phoenix Rising Onyx did win the coin toss, chose first pick on game number 1, chose to ban out Towers of Doom and Braxis Holdout. Nanoed Abba choosing to ban out Dragonshire and Volskaya Foundry. Taking us to Battlefield of Eternity game number 1 was Nanoed Abba, but Phoenix Rising Onyx did win that one. And now Nanoed Abba choosing first pick, which means Cursed Hollow will be the map chosen by Phoenix Rising Onyx. Let's take you to the draft. As we see now, Nanoed Abba with that first pick opportunity and first ban opportunity. Will we see a respect ban here coming out from Nanoed Abba? We did have a couple of very strong heroes played by Phoenix Rising Onyx. We saw a very good Mal'Ganis, we saw a very good Orphea. But is it enough for them to consider a ban on a very different map here on Cursed Hollow? We did see in the tail of the tape these teams are willing to mix up their picks quite a bit. So maybe they've got different bans in mind here on Cursed Hollow. Let's see what their thoughts are. It will be an Ana ban to start off. Ana, very strong in enabling burst mages, enabling mages in general to do a lot of extra damage very quickly. Can heal quite a bit from a distance. And with that grenade build, cutting out enemy healing, is very strong in confirming kills. Phoenix Rising Onyx, once again, choosing to ban out that Johanna, not wanting to deal with it whatsoever. And once again, there's really not a bad situation for Johanna right now. Johanna ETC, if you got him, take him if you got him. That's really the situation here. Nanoed Abba with ban number 2. We've seen them switch up their ban strategy. Let's see what they're thinking on Cursed Hollow here. It will be Li Ming banned again. So even with as strong as that Orphea was in Battlefield of Eternity, still not wanting to see a Li Ming come out from Phoenix Rising Onyx. The Johanna already banned. We'll see what their thoughts are for a second ban from Phoenix Rising Onyx. here on Cursed Hollow. It will be the Rainer banned out. They did get the Rainer first pick on BOE, choosing to ban it away this time. Let's see what will be the first pick for Nanoed Abba. Cursed Hollow, a map for globals, a map for boss control, and a map for Abathur, of all things. It will be that Stukov Donald wanting to get onto that comfort here on Cursed Hollow. Good idea, making sure you've got someone on a hero they feel they can carry with. Stukov, one of their most played heroes this season. And Stukov does have a couple weaknesses, mainly a lack of a cleanse. But the ults being able to smack away an entire team is almost as good as a cleanse, to be honest. Got Gingy Boy picking up the Tassadar, and Burrito will be playing the Diablo. A very potent combo there, because Diablo can stun people into Tassadar's wall. And also, if the Black Hole ult is taken, that's a nice lineup for Apocalypse as well. Mal'Ganis will be actually taken for Nanoed Abba this time. A bit of a tank swap here, and Phoenix chosen by Anattack. An interesting choice here. Stukov with the slows will enable Phoenix's attacks to do more damage. And with the Mal'Ganis sleep, it will be an opportunity to get that purification salvo out. Though with such a large map as this, we could see a Phoenix in the offlane with that Planet Cracker. We'll see what their thoughts are here. With the Jaina band coming out, Jaina, very strong hero alongside Phoenix. Jaina, the queen of slows, getting everyone chilled out with that ice, enabling Phoenix all the time. So a well-informed band here by Phoenix Rising Onyx. Chat mentioning that ETC has yet to be grabbed, and with the 2 tanks taken, we may not see an ETC this game. Though I will say personally, ETC offlane on Cursed Hollow, it's so fun. It's so fun. I love doing it. Rhaegar band out here. They want to make sure that that Bloodlust is not a problem here on Cursed Hollow. So we've got the Wall Boys here with Diablo and Tassadar. Let's see how they want to round out this comp with Ana and Rhaegar off the table. DB Smiley hitting me with the raid. Welcome everyone from DB Smiley's last series. We're getting into game number 2 here between Phoenix Rising Onyx and Nanoed Abba, as we see Malfurion and Sylvanas picked up for Phoenix Rising Onyx. We've got Sylvanas, we've got Malfurion. One thing that I would like to see as a Diablo is a Malfurion on my team, because that means Malfurion's not on the other team. There's nothing that Diablo, at least when I play him, dislikes more than a big wide route. We are going to see that Dahaka Global and a Kael'thas coming out for Nanoed Abba. We see Sloth relinquishing the Chen, choosing the Dahaka here, and Kurt Dog will be on the Kael'thas. So that comp is complete. We've got a burst combo here with the Mal'Ganis Kael'thas. The sleep from Mal'Ganis allows Dahaka to line up that drag very easily. Good comp here from both teams, and it will be the last pick Abathur from DK Salt. Very, very cool. So we are seeing an Abathur comp. It's not a full-on Abathur comp where you've got like the Deckard and the Junkrat, Hanzo, Chromie, these like super delay on the objective. They do have the Tassadar and the Malfurion. So we'll see if we have a delay comp coming out here from Phoenix Rising Onyx. But let's get into game number 2. Phoenix Rising Onyx versus Nanoed Abba. Here we go. Alright, loading in here to game number 2, Phoenix Rising Onyx and Nanoed Abba. If you're coming here from NyQuil Fiend's stream, welcome. We are here for game number 2. Phoenix Rising Onyx is up 1-0 here. As we load into Cursed Hollow. Here we go. On the left, we have Phoenix Rising Onyx. We have Kurama playing the Sylvanas. Gingy Boy will be on the Tassadar. Burrito will be playing Diablo. Mirari will be on the Malfurion. And DK Salt playing that Abathur. On the right, we have Nanoed Abba. Having that Abathur taken away from them, it'll be, yep, on the Mal'Ganis. Kurt Dog will be playing Kael'thas. Anatek on the Phoenix. Sloth will be playing that Dahaka. And Donald on the Stukov. Heading down to get that initial vision camp before meeting in the middle. Let's go for game number 2. Abathur blorping his way around, heading to that bottom lane. Looking for an opportunity for a wall combo is Tassadar and Diablo here in the early game. Abathur trying to set up mines, Sloth finding them to start with. As we have some strong wave clear coming out from both teams here, as Diablo maintaining vision in that bush, looking for anything. Kurt Dog stepping out. Can Diablo find it? Having to commit very deep, but Tassadar having to head up top means that there won't be a kill here. Kurama actually getting a bit of damage thrown out of him, but the haunting wave is there, and Burrito will be backing off as well. Everyone safe and sound here at the start. It'll be Tassadar versus Dahaka here in the top lane. Abathur minding the bottom lane for now. We'll see what this lane split looks like for Phoenix Rising Onyx with that Abathur. Abathur can get the soak done with that hat, but a mindful Nanoed Abba laner may choose to deny that soak, as we see Sylvanas working on this back camp. Sylvanas working on the camp here for Nanoed Abba, getting those siege camps going as soon as possible here. And it looks like Mirari visiting Gingy Boy, getting a little bit of heals here to help versus that Dahaka. Abathur doing their best here. There we see Mal'Ganis working on getting rid of that hat, denying soak to Abathur in the bottom lane. Diablo just catching those minions at the wall until Sylvanas returns. It looks like Malfurion will be rotating between lanes to make sure everyone's healthy and happy here in the early game. And we see an early Bruiser camp coming out from Nanoed Abba. Kael'thas and Phoenix working on this, and we see a 3-player commitment to the Bruiser camp from Phoenix Rising Onyx. They want these camps picked up all before the first objective. Very nice macro play coming out from both teams. A slight experience lead for the side of Nanoed Abba here at the start. Mal'Ganis doing a good job of denying experience to the Abathur in the bottom lane. Camp about to be picked up here for Onyx, as we see the Bruiser camp will be pushing onto this wall. Both teams at level 5 as the tribute spawning. Bit of a living bomb onto Malfurion, but they'll get away just fine. Here comes the Bruiser camp for Phoenix Rising Onyx. The tribute spawning in the bottom lane in about 15 seconds. Looking for a possible gank here is, yep, on that Mal'Ganis, choosing to get control. Kurt Dog is revealed by the Abathur mine. It's going to spoil their plans just a little bit, but here comes Diablo and Malfurion. Burrito does manage to squeeze by the Mal'Ganis for now. We see a root from Malfurion preventing the chase here. The wall off as well. Yep, in a little bit of trouble. Tassadar dishing out the damage. We actually see Dahaka denying Sylvanas from this objective. Abathur getting value in the top lane, venturing out into lane to do some body soaking, something not as prevalent since the XP Orb anomaly. Can there be enough delay here? Now the games begin for the Abathur comp. Can they delay this objective enough? Diablo is actually silenced by the Stukov. Very nicely done. Do they have enough poke to delay this long enough for Abathur to get a whole lot of value? Malfurion trying to get in position for that flashlight, but Tassadar getting the interrupt there to start off with. Abathur getting a lot of value in the top lane. Kurama is going to have to watch out with that bomb, manages to escape. And the delay has ended. Tassadar doing their best, but the first objective going over to Nanoed Abba, as Abathur as their team a small experience lead. Level 7 coming in here for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Burrito's looking for Stukov. Actually finds a Phoenix out in the middle here. The root just a little bit late as Phoenix manages to warp away. Very nicely done there by Anattack to escape that gank. We see Abathur is now being challenged by Dahaka in the top lane while Diablo tries to catch these minions. They don't want to fall behind. They want to make sure to preserve that Abathur advantage that they got on the first objective. Shinji Boy just waiting on that wave to come out. Abathur getting pressured a little bit by the Dahaka here. We do have a small experience lead. Tribute spawning in about 25 seconds. Both teams trying to get their siege camp before this objective comes up. Anattack working on solo versus this siege camp, where Malfurion and Sylvanas working on the back camp of theirs. Nanoed Abba will control the vision first. They did almost find the Diablo the first time with this gank bush. Let's see if they can do it again. Oh, Tassadar starting to come in, but scouts the Mal'Ganis in that bush. Very nicely done to not face check there. We've got a stun onto Mal'Ganis and a big root onto the bush. Dahaka manages to escape there with that burrow, and the delay is not there. Donald picking up the second objective. That means that they're going to deny Abathur that soak time here. Very nicely done to zone out Phoenix Rising Onyx from that objective and not allow Abathur to find level 10 as quickly as he could have if the delay had gone on there. Abathur digging to the bottom lane, trying to catch that bottom lane soak. Will need some help in clearing out this siege camp, as we see a boss push from Nanoed Abba here, but Gingy Boy they've sniffed it out. Here comes Phoenix Rising Onyx. It's going to be a 4v5 with no level 10 here. Abathur will not be able to join this, and Burrito goes down. They get the boss here. Very well done to get that boss before level 10 came in for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Abathur not able to join without that heroic option. And the boss is going to be pushing down this top lane as the tribute spawns in the bottom. A huge play here by Nanoed Abba. We have a very brief level 10 advantage, but level 10's coming out for Nanoed Abba as well. Looking to control the vision in this bush is Abathur with those mines, and we've got a 10 versus 10 fight. Mirari and Burrito were thinking about starting up that camp, but now the camp is just harassing Malfurion in the back. He's found by Dahaka. Yep, able to escape with that sleep, and Malfurion goes down. DK Salt is now in a bunch of trouble. The Abathur clone has been taken out. We see the Apocalypse out catching the Kael'thas, but Stukov with the massive shove, and it will be a curse here for Nanoed Abba, and Tassadar taken out by the living bomb from Kael'thas. A great start here by Nanoed Abba, getting now a level lead and a quick curse, 3-0 here. They're going to be pushing down this bottom lane. The boss at about 20% health is going to be barreling down this top lane. It's going to need more of a response here than the Malfurion can dish out without the minions or the towers there to burn it down. Mid fort is down, top fort is down, bottom fort going down with the 4-man push here from Nanoed Abba. And it looks like this keep wall will be going down as well, as the rest of Phoenix Rising Onyx protecting that middle keep wall will now rotate up and wipe this boss out, but that top keep wall is down, and the bottom keep wall is being worked on by the rest of Nanoed Abba. A huge start here from the red team, getting a whole lot of value off this very first curse of the game. Now it is 5v5. This boss would be a risky call. Looks like they're going to move on past it. But with a huge structure advantage here, that's going to give Abathur all sorts of headaches in soaking these lanes, as they are all pushed into the keep walls. Now Mal'Ganis going to start up this bruiser camp for Nanoed Abba. Phoenix and Kael'thas working on the siege camp. They want this macro pressure as much as possible. When you get ahead, stay ahead. That's what they're going for here. Bruiser camp being picked up for Phoenix Rising Onyx as well. Dahaka looking for more of those Abathur mines, looking to move around and be available in as many places as possible. Diablo anchoring here, making sure that no invade comes their way, and they will pick up this bruiser camp safely. Dahaka burrows into the bottom boss, and with a level 13 advantage, they may be looking for a boss invade here. Diablo using that flame stomp. I don't know if he saw a full health boss with it, but with the flame stomp, that's enough for Nanoed Abba to peel away from the boss. Now looking for Tassadar here in the mid, but the stun misses. The drag connects though. Tassadar in a whole lot of trouble underneath that Stukov silence. And the Wailing Arrow did go out. Sylvanas silenced as well. The Abathur clone is taken out. And that is 2 kills for Nanoed Abba as they are able to move around with impunity with these lanes pushed in. Very nicely done here. Good team coordination. And with 2 down, they now feel comfortable enough to go for this boss. And there's not a whole lot Phoenix Rising Onyx can do here to defend it. They're just going to have to look for the XP in the other lanes. Diablo, going to check out this boss pit, is going to see that the boss is almost down. With all the members up, but Sylvanas is not going to be able to get here in time, and Nanoed Abba picking up the boss on the side of Phoenix Rising Onyx just as the tribute spawns again. Great, great timing here coming out from Nanoed Abba. Sending Dahaka up to get that tribute, and they're going to stay as 4 with this boss. They want this bottom keep here. Dahaka able to rejoin with that global. Taking full advantage of their team comp here is Nanoed Abba, and it will be a difficult defense, though it is level 14 to 14. Phoenix Rising Onyx doing well to get that level back. A lot of damage going out onto this keep. Yep is going straight onto Diablo, but is pushed away by Stukov. This keep now at half health, but a good defense here from Phoenix Rising Onyx, but a stun onto the Abathur clone. Mal'Ganis is now rooted and stunned by Burrito, and Mal'Ganis is blown up by the Malfurion ult. The silences galore. We see a Pyroblast connecting onto the Diablo, but it will not be enough for a kill, though the top keep did go down. A keep for a kill at this point. Probably a good trade here, as they still have a slight XP advantage versus this Abathur composition. Now moving on to their own boss, but with Mal'Ganis down, they're going to have to be careful here. Just making sure that Phoenix Rising Onyx isn't here, but they are hot in pursuit. Mal'Ganis is still dead for another 3 seconds. Will they have enough time to pick up this boss, choosing to let the boss leash and go for a possible gank here? They found an attack, but Stukov with a fantastic shove, saving that gank. And now it is a 5v5. The tribute spawning. And we will have a tribute fight. Burrito is caught out by this Mal'Ganis. Burrito in a lot of trouble here in the back line. The rest of his team zoned away. Can they get a kill here? Purification salvo is out. Burrito is being supported by that Abathur, but Sloth coming back, picking up that kill. A great drag onto Malfurion. And that is 1 kill, 2 kills, but Diablo expending those souls to come on back. Will it be enough here? As we see the Abathur clone is on the field here. A great massive shove. Sloth is going to have to be careful. Epoch is used for the interrupt. Abathur clone about to go down here. Yep, the blind as a bat is out. Looking for as many stuns on this point as possible. A great silence on a Diablo, and that's a full death on very few souls. Diablo is going to be weak for quite some time. We see the level 16 advantage here for Nanoed Abba, and with those kills are going to progress onto their boss to get it pushing down that top lane. Remember, that keep wall was taken out on the first objective, so this boss will be going straight onto the keep. Dahaka looking to start up that bruiser camp. In the meantime, they want as much macro pressure as possible here. Stukov taking this tiny little area here, managing to escape the boss stun. Very nicely done. Bruiser camp is picked up by Nanoed Abba. These Abathur mines starting to become a problem. Yep, finding one of them. Tribute spawning bottom lane. These tribute spawns have been absolutely stellar for Nanoed Abba, and getting the opposite lane boss pressure alongside the objective. And we could have another curse here for Nanoed Abba, as they do have the 2 points. Kurt Dog manages to slip by that wall. Burrito still looking for that Kael'thas, but with a huge root onto Diablo. The Pyroblast is out. Will the Spell Shield be enough? No, Diablo goes down. A huge Malfurion, a lot of silence here. Anatag is going to have to work on the escape as Abathur Clone looking to give chase. Mal'Ganis going down here. Phoenix Rising Onyx is counter pushing here. A very nice team fight there. Means they are going to pick up their first curse point of the game. But the boss barreling down that top lane. The keep is gone. It may get a bit of damage, although it looks like it won't be able to claw through this shield just yet. Camp's now being picked up by Nanoed Abba. Only one left here to take. Boss in the top spawning in 3.5 minutes. Boss down here actually spawning in just 20 seconds. So this could be the next point of contention for these teams. On the same talent tier, but one level up is Nanoed Abba. The fight should be in their favor, but Mal'Ganis only now is back on the field. The boss now spawning. They won't be able to start it right away. But with 5 structures to 1, they will have that passive XP in their favor.
Gather tribute.
They may choose to just wait out this level 20, but with the curse spawning right here, they won't have enough time. They're gonna have to take an even talent tier fight around this objective. Phoenix Rising Onyx is going to have to defend it, otherwise the curse will be coming to them. 2 points already is Nanoed Abathur. They are Nanoed Abba. As I misnamed them here. Sloth looking for a quick drag, using that brush speed to get on out of there. Abathur Clone is popped. It's going to be a double Diablo here. Mal'Ganis trying to delay the engage here. Working on that Abathur Clone, being shoved out by Stukov. Apoc is down. That's a stun onto Phoenix, and Phoenix gets blown up by the Sylvanas. Abathur Clone is gone here. The stun onto Kael'thas. A great ult there by Malfurion, but only Phoenix down so far. Sloth being chased out by Phoenix Rising Onyx, and Sylvanas with that poison picking up the kill versus Dahaka. Mounting a comeback here is Phoenix Rising Onyx picking up their second curse point, and they're going to have time to retreat onto their boss. It won't get quite the same value as it still has to go through this bottom fort, but this will do wonders in getting them the experience they need to match level 20 here and keep this team fight advantage going.
Gather tribute or face.
The tribute spawning very quickly. They're going to have it. This boss pushing in the opposite lane of the tribute. Phoenix Rising Onyx doing very well here. With 2 catapults in the bottom lane, those will have to be cleared out, but the boss is now pushing the bottom lane. Tribute spawning in 15 seconds. We see Nanoed Abba looking for a camp steal. Are they fast enough? Yes. They managed to escape even with Dahaka down. As soon as Dahaka spawns, they'll be able to join this fight and make it a quick 5v5. Abathur Clone is ready to go here, but the ults from Phoenix Rising Onyx still down for a little bit. They're going to have a tough time taking this fight unless they can hold off for another 15 seconds here. Burrito is chased out by Mal'Ganis. It looks like they're being zoned out for the meantime. Level 20 about to hit for both teams. A good stun there. Ults are back online. The Pyroblast is out. They're gonna get the Diablo here. Wailing Arrow goes out. Phoenix is being chased and poked down. Double silence here from Malfurion. The Phoenix ult going out. Is it going to be enough to take out Kurama? No. Malfurion with another delay here. Gingy Boy being chased down. That's Tassadar down. That's Malfurion down. The Abathur Clone is going to be next as that goes down. Abathur, Sylvanas, the only ones left. Curse point is taken. And with a top lane open, this could be Nanoed Abba pushing onto the core. Kurama using that Haunting Wave to escape. But without that Abathur ult, it will be a one-body defense here. And with Curse Point, they're not going to have any minions to help out. It looks like Nanoed Abba is going to be pushing onto the core. Here it goes, 50%, 30%. And game number 2, tying the series at 1-1, is Nanoed Abba. Very nicely played. Cursed Hollow there. Very, very nicely done. What a game it was. 13 kills to 4 on the side of our winning team, Nanoed Abba. 2 deaths onto that Mal'Ganis, but Mal'Ganis providing so much value in setting up those engages, getting the cadence just right for the Kael'thas and Phoenix burst. That Diablo Tassadar combo did get some work done, but in the end, it was Nanoed Abba. Very, very well played. We did see Phoenix Rising Onyx having a big push there in the late game, but it wasn't quite enough. Looks like first pick will be going over to Phoenix Rising Onyx. As we set up here for Game 3, let's take you back to the Mecam. Hey! What a game that was. Very, very nicely done here. Gotta stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated. Very important. Waiting on the map choice here from Nanoed Abba. Let's see what they think their best shot is here to get the reverse sweep, get the upset here. Where are we going to go for game number 3? Hope everyone in chat's doing well. Thank you for the raids. Thank you everyone for stopping on by. Looks like we're going to go to Infernal Shrines. Fantastic. Infernal Shrines. Picked by them. Update. Amazing. Alright, we're getting set up for game number 3 here. We're going to be going to Infernal Shrines, possibly the most standard of maps here in the Nexus Gaming series. Map for rotations, a map for camp control, and most importantly, a map for team fighting. And we've seen some great team fights coming out from both of our squads here. Just getting the lobby formed. My oh my, getting hot in here. Oh! Alright, there's my lobby link. Everyone's on the correct sides. Awesome. I love it when this happens. Don't have to worry about telling them, hey, could you guys scoot over to the left? Or, oh, make sure you get the right person captain. Make sure, you know, you don't have coin flip for who gets first pick. All these little draft things. Falcomer wishing for more Phoenix deaths, as is tradition, from our CCS head honcho. How you doing tonight, Valk? Ooh, boy. It is steamy in here. You know, one thing I learned from stand-up comics, in the back of a room, especially in a room that's got a lot of heavy lights, there's a little green light that they flick on to let the comedian know that they're covered in sweat and they need to towel off. And I could sure use one of those right now. Ooh, boy. Alright, we are loading into our lobby for game number 3 here. Looking good, looking good. Let them know that I am ready, and we will be getting into the rubber match. As I discover something weird on the floor under me that one of the cats must have bought me as a present, or brought me as a present. Teams are about ready. Just getting this set up, and we'll get you right into the draft. Will be interesting to see if the teams follow up. It looks like we've got 2 wins for Mal'Ganis here. Will that be a point of contention? Will we continue to see that Johanna band out? We've seen ETC tank, we've seen Diablo tank. But will we see the Mal'Ganis band? Thank you very much for the follow, Just Key. Looks like they're getting ready to go, so let's take you over to the map screen to give you one last reminder of how we got here. It was Phoenix Rising Onyx choosing first pick after winning the coin flip, banning out Towers of Doom and Braxis Holdout. Nanoed Abba banned out Dragonshire and Volskaya Foundry. Chose to go to Battlefield of Eternity, where Phoenix Rising Onyx won. Phoenix Rising Onyx then chose to go to Cursed Hollow, where Nanoed Abba won. And now Nanoed Abba is taking us here to Infernal Shrines for game number 3. Let's get into the draft. As we see Phoenix Rising Onyx debating their first ban. Will it be Johanna for a third game in a row? It's going to be Raynor here. They may be looking to control that Mal'Ganis pick themselves. But is it enough to consider a ban here? It will be up to Nanoed Abba to deny a Mal'Ganis first pick. It's going to be a Zool ban. Zool, a very strong double soaker here on Infernal Shrines. Strong hero in general in the current meta, a little bit weak to ganks, but with that clear speed can just elude you and force you to stick around and soak those minions he leaves behind. Good ban here. We will see the Stukov banned out. They don't want to let that Stukov through. It was definitely very impactful there in game number 2. Will we see the Mal'Ganis ban? No, it's going to be a Blaze ban. An interesting choice here. Perhaps they know something I don't about Phoenix Rising Onyx on Infernal Shrines. Instead, Burrito is choosing to control that Johanna, which means Mal'Ganis, ETC both open. Garrosh also open here. They will have to choose a tank here if they want to get it before the next ban phase. We'll see if it's a point of importance for them or not. What are their first picks going to be here on Infernal Shrines? We may actually see a Sylvanas again. We're going to see a very early Sonya, and there is that Mal'Ganis coming out from Yep. Interesting to see Sonya picked so early here in this draft. Usually you want a response pick in your solo laner, but Sonya being such a generalist, such a strong matchup, if you're going to pick a solo laner earlier, I would say Sonya is the choice. Now, they did ban out 2 solo laners themselves, so maybe they just want to make sure that Sonya's matchups are as good as can be. We're going to see a Lunara and an Ana come out for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Get the Lunara here, we're going to get the Ana here. Malthael ban out, so they want to make sure that solo lane matchup is as tight as can be. They want the Sonya to carry as hard as possible. Do Nanoed Abba. Very interesting ban strategy coming out here from Nanoed Abba, targeting DK Salt's hero pool here. We're going to see a Rhaegar ban from Phoenix Rising Onyx, wanting to make sure this doesn't turn into a Bloodlust composition. Let's see what Nanoed Abba has in store. They've got the Mal'Ganis, they've got the Sonya. Kael'thas is open once again, as well as Sylvanas. Are we going to see a similar set of picks coming out? They're going to grab that Tassadar, and once again on the Phoenix is an attack. So Kurt Dog not choosing that Tassadar, not choosing that Kael'thas this time, instead going with the Tassadar. Chat pointing out Li Ming is up. Li Ming was banned our last two games. Will we see it here alongside the Ana from Phoenix Rising Onyx? They do have Lunara already picked. It's going to be an Alarak and a Greymane. So no traditional solo laners coming out here from Phoenix Rising Onyx, aside from maybe that Lunara. But we see Alarak being picked up here in game number 3, a strong early game hero. Gingy Boy was on the Greymane, and we're going to see Deckard coming out from Donald to finish out this draft. Very interesting compositions from these teams. I will say, following up a Johanna with Alarak is easy as can be. They're going to get a lot of pull silences here. We're going to get a lot of healing denial from Ana onto that Mal'Ganis. But here it is, game number 3, Phoenix Rising Onyx and Nanoed Abba. Let's get into it. Alrighty, loading in here to game number 3, Phoenix Rising Onyx versus Nanoed Abba. We do have a spicy Alarak pick coming out for PRO, but will it be enough to take out the undefeated Mal'Ganis here in this series? Got a mix of comps here from both teams picking up, trying to counterpick their opponents. See if they can turn those synergies into a win here. As we're about to load, we're so close. Let's get there, team. All right. Here we are. Game number 3. Once again, on the left in the blue is Phoenix Rising Onyx with Gingy Boy on that gray main. Kurama will be playing Lunara. Burrito on the Johanna for the first time this series. Mirari on the Ana, and DK Salt playing that Alarak. And on the right side, in the red, is Nanoed Abba with Zloth on the Sonya. Yep, will be once again playing that Mal'Ganis. Anatak on the Phoenix. Kurt Dog will be on Tassadar. And Donald bringing in that Deckard. Let's get into game number 3. No sneaky side pushes with no Sylvanas in this game. Teams meeting here in the center. Vision trying to be controlled. DK Salt looking for a quick silence. Catches Malfurion. But with the sleep here and the wall, we've got a lot of CC onto our Alarak player. But with that unstoppable Johanna warding them away, they will not find the Alarak kill. Wave clear so far on the side of Nanoed Abba. A little bit better. We see Greymane looking to get a little bit of value here. Throw Nanoed Abba off their rotation game as we see Sonya retreating to the top lane, and it will be Alarak that will match this Sonya. As we see Burrito looking to interrupt the rotations from Nanoed Abba. Yep, looking to do the same thing, as we are going to see a battle of the rotations here. This early game will not be as simple as can be for either of these teams. Looks like we've got both camps being taken right at the 1 minute mark by these teams. Johanna looking to clear that bottom wave. Mal'Ganis is going to have to circle around, looking to possibly cross the map here, but both teams taking their camps simultaneously, so these rotations will have to start once again. Yep, looking for a sleep onto Gingy Boy, having to turn back as Ana landing that sleep. With healing reduced by Ana, yep, will still manage to get away here. Johanna with that Iron Skin being able to walk in with impunity, as Alarak and Sonya still battling it out here in the top lane. A lot of experience being missed from both teams here as the siege camps clearing those waves very quickly. It looks like Phoenix Rising Onyx possibly wanting to control that bottom camp as they see Nanoed Abba wanting to rotate there, but is spotted by the remaining 3 members of Phoenix Rising Onyx. They will have to wait as Lunara and Mal'Ganis battling up there. A little bit of a standoff between Alarak and Sonya, and we will see Phoenix Rising Onyx looking to control this. Burrito is scouted out by Tassadar, and we've got possibly a fight here over this bottom camp. Here comes Mal'Ganis looking to get onto that Ana, but is slept. Battle of the Sleepers here on Infernal Shrines. With the Tassadar wall up, can Johanna stay on this point? No, it goes over to Nanoed Abba. A lot of damage here onto Anatak. Is caught by the Johanna, but a great peel by Mal'Ganis makes sure that Phoenix gets on out of there. A lot of damage here onto our Johanna player, but once again, that Iron Skin proving very useful as the Shrine is activating in the bottom lane here in about 5 seconds. This Alarak-Sonya matchup still going strong. A lot of kill pressure from Alarak, a lot of regeneration from Sonya. That's going to be a battle of micro for sure. Here we see a chase onto Lunara in the mid lane. Lunara managing to prance away on those little deer legs as the objective is started up by the Greymane, going straight into Worgen form. Still has a couple seconds before he can E out of there. Manages to escape that Tassadar wall. Very important that Greymane stays alive there. Is caught by the Mal'Ganis, but with Johanna now controlling the space, it's going to be hard for Nanoed to push onto that back lane. Here comes Sonya and Alarak, making this a 5v5 here. Big blind by Johanna, a big silence onto Mal'Ganis, but still has the sleep and speed boost to get on out of there. Gingy Boy taking a bunch of damage from Tassadar, manages to roll away with that stealth. Big splash damage onto this objective, a 10 minion lead for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Both teams still looking for level 7 as the minion advantage is nullified by Nanoed. It looks like Phoenix Rising Onyx is looking to tap and possibly re-engage both teams with less than 10 minions to go here. Yep, taking a whole bunch of damage. He's actually silenced by the Alarak and taken down. It is 38-38. Who's going to pick up this objective? It's going to be Phoenix Rising Onyx, and they're on the chase for Sloth. And Sloth taken out by that Lunara. The slows onto Sonya is so impactful here. Great counter picks from both teams. That on-demand silence onto Mal'Ganis, the slows onto Sonya. It's going to be an interesting set of team fights here in this game number 3. As Lunara going to split into lanes. Sonya just now coming up. Mal'Ganis looking to join this defense. Donald taking a little bit of damage there from that Mortar Punisher. It looks like they're going to burn this down. Got about, I don't know, 30% of the health on this bottom fort. As Phoenix Rising Onyx looking to go onto their siege camp. If they can clear it fast enough, we may be looking for an invade here, as it is just now being started up by Nanoed. Johanna looking to press across the map, standing right on the point. Ironskin still available. A huge pull by Alarak, and that's Phoenix going down. Deckard is on the chase here, but Tassadar wiping up Ana in the back. DK Salt could be next, but with the boost on out of there, that's going to be enough. Gingy Boy leaping onto that lane, very nicely dodged there, making sure Mal'Ganis could not find him with the sleep, but they do find Alarak. Is that going to be enough? A huge Tassadar wall, and Alarak goes down. These chases from both of these teams are amazing. As we see Sonya looking to double soak alongside that Lunara. Lunara a little bit faster here, as we see a 9-8 advantage for Phoenix Rising Onyx. And we see the camp never actually was picked up, so it will be taken here by Nanoed. A little bit of a sleep on the Burrito here in the middle lane. Yep, looking for the Fell Claws, not finding the stun, and Burrito waltzing on out of there with the help of that on a sleep. Alarak now moving to the mid lane to help with that soak. Level 10s here coming out for Phoenix Rising Onyx. As I remember to put the talents up, I really need a button for that. I need something that flashes on my screen, says, "Hey Crush, how about them talents?" And we see the bottom camp is taken by Phoenix Rising Onyx, using that level 10 advantage very briefly here. We see level 10 is about to come in for Nanoed, and there it is. Ults are up, Shaman camp taken. Oh no, Mal'Ganis getting blown up. Those silences from Alarak proving to be extremely helpful versus this Mal'Ganis that has been very oppressive in the first 2 games of this series. Great drafting here from both our teams, as we see another huge silence onto Tassadar. This Alarak now sitting at 102 sadism. Very well done there by DK Salt, picking these kills apart. We see bottom fort going down. Phoenix Rising Onyx looking to push onto this front wall, as this shrine is starting to come up. Level 11 to level 10 Sloth looking to pressure. The Lunara does manage to find the stun, but with the towers still up, will not be able to chase here, as Karama looking to damage Sloth before this shrine activates. Mid-wave is clear. DK Salt is actually taking a bit of an unsafe rotation here. He is caught by the Mal'Ganis and by the Tassadar. The Unstoppable goes out with the Protect. We have a silence onto our Mal'Ganis, but the ult does go out. Mal'Ganis safe for now. Burrito taking a lot of damage here in the back. Johanna does go down. Mirari is next. That's 2 kills for Nanoed Abba, and the chase is on. Can they find this? Alarak kills Sloth with the big slam, taking out Alarak. That's 3 kills for Nanoed Abba, and they will be taking this Frozen Punisher. I'm interested to see if they're going to delay this shrine to try to get level 13 before they push this objective. We see the Shaman camp being picked up by Phoenix Rising Onyx here, looking to get some counter push in the top lane, as this objective will be barreling down the middle. It looks like they are not pausing this objective, instead choosing to get right on it. They want this pressure right now. Very well done from Nanoed Abba to reverse the pressure here. We see Tassadar soaking in the bottom lane, making sure that lane is pushed. So we do have a 5v4 here, baited over the wall by Johanna is the Punisher. A big sleep onto DK Salt, but the ult is out, the Protected is out. And actually the counter kill onto Phoenix by the Ana. Very well done to get that counter pressure. Phoenix Rising Onyx finding an unexpected kill, shutting this push down right away. And this fort remains, even the 2 towers remaining, as we see Phoenix Rising Onyx looking to use their 5v4 advantage to move on to the siege camp of Nanoed Abba. Yep, thinking about it, but will not go in to defend that camp. A wise move there from our Mal'Ganis player. And it looks like they may be painting the map blue with these siege camps. A lot of experience will be coming their way as they take advantage here. Sonya will be doing battle versus Lunara in the top lane. We may see an invade onto the left camp by Nanoed Abba, but they may just be looking for the clear here, take their lumps, and move on, be ready for the next objective. We now see a half-level lead here for Phoenix Rising Onyx. Burrito being very careful. They know that an invade is a possibility. DK Salt controlling that vision, but there will be no invade here from Nanoed Abba. Instead, looking for a possible gank in the mid lane. Deckard staying out of vision for now. Tassadar coming down. Could we see a brawl here? DK Salt chasing out this Mal'Ganis, not finding the connection onto that Phoenix. He is caught by the Tassadar, but the sleep by Ana shutting down that possible counter engage. That means wall is down for a few more seconds here. Sonya coming around to possibly join the team here. We could have a stilted fight. A huge silence comes out, and that's Tassadar going down. The counter ult from the Phoenix will pepper them with a bit of damage, but not enough to find a kill, as we see Phoenix Rising Onyx finding that Tassadar kill. That cursed bullet into silence combo doing great work here for Phoenix Rising Onyx. And they want to move on to this Shaman camp. They do see Alarak, so they will not be able to push up onto here, and it will be PRO taking the enemy Shaman camp. Sonya looking to find this experience in the bottom lane, as it is a 15-14 advantage for Phoenix Rising Onyx. The Shaman pushing into the top. Lunara looking to get a bit of value onto that well, but Mal'Ganis doing well to ward away that Lunara push. Lunara dancing around the edge here, trying to keep Nanoed Abba in the top lane as we see a 4-man push onto this mid fort. They do get the well, but they will not get any fort damage here, as they do have the talent tier 16-15 advantage, as this shrine, which is an arcane shrine, spawning in the bottom lane, the only lane with a fort down so far this game. Lunara once again dancing on the edge, making sure that Nanoed Abba knows that she's not afraid. She wants to keep vision on her opponents, as we see this shrine now being started up by Phoenix Rising Onyx. Getting level 16 in the mid lane is Nanoed Abba, so we are going to see an even talent tier fight, but they're not going to wait. Bringing the fight to them is Phoenix Rising Onyx, and Phoenix, Deckard Cain going down. Once again, that Johanna Alarak engage, just too much to handle. Very, very nicely done. Sloth looking to possibly pick up this siege camp, but seeing that is Phoenix Rising Onyx, not wanting to give up an inch of value here on Infernal Shrines. Greymane going to be working on these shrine minions. Not wanting to split too much as we see Lunara in the top lane here. Sonya looking to possibly come in and get a quick steal onto this Shaman camp. Can they? Lunara walking into a bit of trouble here. It's going to be a 2v1. But with that fort and tower wall there, has a retreat, and Nanoed Abba will have to back out, stalling out the objective at 39 to pick up that siege camp. Very nice macro play there. And they'll have a little bit of split pressure as this Arcane Punisher will be barreling down towards the bottom keep. DK Salt starting up that bottom siege camp. They want to get that push behind it. Johanna anchoring this objective. Lunara actually staying back to pick up this Shaman camp, so it will be a 4v5 push, depending on how much stock you put into this Punisher. He is baited over by Tassadar into the middle lane, so they're going to get a pretty safe clear here, is Nanoed Abba, as the 4-man push from Phoenix Rising Onyx, an 18-16 advantage here. They're going to get this well. They're going to possibly look to move up. A big stun onto Nanoed Abba, but they are so far behind that keep, there will not be a follow-up. A very quick ult from Mal'Ganis, making sure that silence doesn't pick it up. Gingy Boy is actually in a bit of trouble here with that purification salvo. A great peel by DK Salt keeps the Greymane alive as Johanna sacrifices to keep the rest of the team safe. A great counter engage there by Nanoed Abba. They do lose the keep in the bottom lane, but with that counter kill, they will have an opportunity to find a level, not a level advantage, but get back on track here, as they are now about a level and a half down in experience. They want to make sure that they are level 20 heading into this next objective, because Phoenix Rising Onyx most certainly will be. With no camps left on the map, looks like there's going to be a brawl over this mid fort. Not too much of a commit coming out here from Phoenix Rising Onyx. The back ping is there. They don't want to take a fight before level 20. They don't want to throw away any kills, as that is a lot of experience going over to Nanoed Abba. If possible, they want to make sure they take and engage level 20 to level 19, or even level 20 to level 18 if possible. Sonya looking to freeze this top lane, get that experience as safely and as close to their wall as possible. Lunara looking to poke down this mid fort, and there it goes. DK Salt flexing a little bit on this Mal'Ganis once again. Very nicely done. It looks like the next objective will be a Mortar Punisher in the top lane. We see Nanoed Abba moving S5 towards this camp. They want to make sure to take this out as quickly as possible, as level 20 is about to come in for Phoenix Rising Onyx. It looks like we may have a bit of a gank attempt here, as level 20 is about to come online. Will they capture Nanoed Abba in this alley? It looks like they're rotating safely for now, but oh no. Oh, then they do rotate safely. Deadly Charge picked up at level 20 by Alarak, looking for the engage here. But no, they are spotted, and they're going to have to back off here. Level 19 now coming online for Nanoed Abba. They do still have time to find this level 20 before this Mortar Shrine activates, but they do not have long. With waves pushed out in the top, they're not going to be able to move out to get that experience. Bottom camp is being picked up by Phoenix Rising Onyx, so they will not be able to find that experience. We may see a push onto this bottom tower to get this stored experience before they head up to this Mortar Shrine. But will that leave them with enough time to actually contest the objective? We see Phoenix Rising Onyx moving up. They want to start this shrine right away, as we see the clear here from Nanoed Abba, and not choosing to push this wall for level 20. They want to get onto this shrine. Hopefully the trickle experience and the mid lane will be enough. It looks like it could be enough for level 20, but already a 16 minion advantage for Phoenix Rising Onyx. It looks like they may not get here in time for the defense, as we see 28 minions now taken for Phoenix Rising Onyx, now 30. And Nanoed Abba with the level 20, but not able to contest this objective, choosing to play it safe, get the defense, and work on their push. We see they once again stopping at 39 minions. They want to pick up these camps before this Punisher is spawned. Oracle goes out for Tassadar. They see that Burrito's the only one left, picks up that last kill. They get that Shaman camp in the top lane, wanting to make sure that they don't have to lose anyone poking in for damage, picking up that Mortar Punisher, and it will be a 5-man push for Phoenix Rising Onyx. 20 versus 20 onto this top keep. Do they have the defense here? There's a lot of damage coming out from this Mortar Punisher. The stun onto Phoenix, the pull by Alarak. Once again, Phoenix just getting destroyed here by that silence. We see Stasis is coming out for the Mal'Ganis. They are safe in the back for the meantime. A good pull, but a missed pull by Alarak means that, yep, we'll get out of there just fine for now. Kurama taking a lot of damage from this keep. We'll have to back off. Punisher is actually almost down. This keep is down. Will it be a 5v4 push? DK Salt gently charge in. Yep, is being blown up by the Curse Bullet. Kurama taking a whole lot of damage. Kurt Dog with the counter kill. It is now a 4v3. Gingy Boy's going to have to be careful versus this Sonya. Are they going to push for core here? No, it looks like they're thinking about it. Are they going to stay? Can they pick up another pick here? Still very low is Phoenix Rising Onyx. Ana doing their best to get the heal up. They do find Kurt Dog, but the Curse Bullet does miss. Can they get the kill here? Yes, Tassadar goes down. And now they want Deckard. Greymane doing so much damage, but can they do enough to stop this Sonya? Curse Bullet is out. Mirari taking a ton of damage. That's Ana going down. Phoenix is back on the field. That's a kill onto Greymane. Johanna, DK Salt goes down. And 91% on this core. A great defense there by Sonya, keeping them occupied until the Phoenix could come back. Phoenix died so early in that push that they managed to come back and wipe up those kills. That is a 5-man team wipe for Nanoed Abba, but with 6 structures still available for Phoenix Rising Onyx. There's only so much they're going to be able to do. Zloth is looking to move onto this bottom camp. Lunara Wisp is out. They will see them coming. Lunara the only one on the field though. Gonna have to be careful with that poke as we see Mal'Ganis and Phoenix coming in for this camp steal. And they want to paint the map red as much as possible. Make sure that they don't have split push pressure to deal with for this next middle arcane shrine. But it's going to take an objective, possibly even more, for Nanoed Abba to come back in this game. All 5 members now back on the field for Phoenix Rising Onyx. There's going to be a brawl over this mid fort. The retreat is called. Phoenix wasting no pressure, or wasting no time, warping on out of there, as Alarak has had that poor Anatax number this game so far. Core pressure onto Nanoed Abba here. Sonya here trying to clear out these catapults. Lunara is going to spot this camp being taken, but just a wisp. No team behind it, so the Shaman camp going over to Nanoed Abba. Shrine now activating. We see Phoenix Rising Onyx rotating around, doing what they've been doing best, and that's looking for picks here. Not finding any picks in this bush so far. Burrito looking for vision. They might see this rotation here. Actually a bit caught out here is DK Salt and Burrito. The stun onto Alarak. Slept by Mal'Ganis. Is that going to be enough? Mal'Ganis popping that ult, making sure that silence does not connect, and being chased down is Phoenix Rising Onyx. Deckard ult is out, and it is Alarak going down to the Phoenix Purification Salvo. They want Mirari next. Blind as a Bat is out. They do not find the Mirari. Instead, they're going to steal this Shaman camp. The Shrine is active, and could it be Nanoed Abba with the comeback here? They still have a lot of structures to move through, but they are going to control this shrine with a 5v4 player advantage, getting as much siege they can onto this middle lane. This is their win condition in this middle lane, but we do see some catapults grouping up. That's 3 catapults in the bottom, and we see an engage here. 5v4. Johanna with the stim. looking to use all the abilities possible to control that shrine. Iron Skin is out. A big sleep Iona. Yep, getting taken out by the Lunara poison. Is that going to be enough? No, Mal'Ganis goes down, but Johanna down as well. We still have a 4v3 on this shrine. The shrine going over to Nanoed Abba. That's 2 catapults. The shielding is gone in the bottom lane. This wave clearing this up, but they're going to have to work quickly here as the shielding on the core is gone. Sonya has back to clear the lanes, and it will be 3 pushing into 4 here with this Punisher. 48% on the core of Nanoed Abba. Sonya getting back just in time, or else that could have been a whole lot of extra damage. As this Punisher is baited over the wall, and it looks like this will not be the game-ending push for Nanoed Abba, having to make sure that their core is safe. Instead, they will get this wall, they'll get a bit of this keep, and they're going to need one more objective, at least, if they want to end this game. 4v4 here, we see Sonya working on clearing away these catapults as Nanoed Abba retreats to their siege camp. Mal'Ganis back on the field for Nanoed Abba. Johanna back on the field for Phoenix Rising Onyx. They're taking their respective camps here in the middle lane. And unless there's a pick, we are looking at a frozen shrine in the bottom lane. Not the best lane for Nanoed Abba, as we see, yep, taking a whole lot of damage, is actually stunned out of his ult, and that's Mal'Ganis going down here. They're going to need some counter kills. Burrito blinding that backline. Sonya doing as much as they can, is actually silenced by the Alarak. Alarak goes in, but is taken out by the Sonya. Could not find that kill. That is a 1-for-1 trade. Mal'Ganis traded out for Alarak. Now a 4v4. Great job picking up that Alarak kill to stop a possible core push. But Sonya is going to have to keep working on that lane clear, as we actually see Phoenix Rising Onyx with only 46% on the core, going for a 4v4 core push here. Can Gingy Boy get enough damage onto this core? We see Lunara and Greymane working this core down very quickly. Johanna is taken out. Lunara leaping over the core. Greymane goes down. Mirari working on the core. It is a 5-man team wipe, but look at that Lunara poison work. Will the shields be back? No. The core goes down. A gutsy call from Phoenix Rising Onyx means that game 3 goes to them. GG. Wow. What a back and forth game. Oh goodness, my throat is closing up, man. Gotta have water. Gotta do it. A back and forth game there on game 3 between these two very evenly matched teams. A great draft coming out from Phoenix Rising Onyx. At Alarak getting so much work done versus that Mal'Ganis. But we saw the counter engages once that Tassadar came online for Nanoed Abba, doing a whole lot of damage to that squishy backline. But in the end, with a gutsy core call, is Phoenix Rising Onyx with the victory. And there it is, 2-1. Let's see if I can find an interview with Phoenix Rising Onyx. Let's see if I can get anyone. I'll head into Lobby 1. Looks like we will be getting an interview as I wipe this sweat off my head. Oh, goodness me. Alright, we'll be getting an interview here shortly with Phoenix Rising Onyx.
Hello.
Hello, Karama. A very, very exciting series there between you guys and Nanoed Abba. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, coming into this series, did you get the picks you were looking for? Did your scouting information prove useful versus Nanoed Abba?
Our scouting information was helpful. Sailor Twift again helped with that. Our bands were pretty focused based on his scouting report, and game 1, we decided that we would leave the Rainer open because we know they like it, but we had first pick, so the goal there all along was just to deny that and take it for ourselves.
Very nicely done. We saw you pick up the win there on Battlefield of Eternity. Rainer doing a whole lot of work for you on that map for sure. We did see Johanna band out, and you picked up the Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis actually winning the first 2 games of this series. How helpful did you feel that tank choice was for you in game number 1?
In game number 1, we went with the Mal'Ganis, mainly just because we're pretty comfortable with it, and 2, we know that the other team has played it and shown it, and they play mostly Joe and Mal'Ganis, so we figured if we're going to first pick the Rainer and get rid of the Joe and Stukov, because we know they like Stukov too, then when they didn't pick up the Mal'Ganis early, I thought, well, we can deny that as well. So having that deny pick in there just takes them away from Rainer and Mal'Ganis and the Johanna, so now we've taken away at least 3 of their comforts.
Yeah, very nicely done. The draft strategy coming out from both sides was super, super good in this series. If we move on to game number 2 here, we saw that last pick, Abathur. Was that more of a spur-of-the-moment pick, or was that a planned draft from the beginning?
So we had a different wonky pick planned for the last pick there. I'm not going to reveal what that is, but
of course.
We decided the Abathur might work better. And overall, I mean, it didn't pan out the way we were hoping for. But I think after we got past the first part of that game, it felt like we were starting to make a comeback. We just had a couple misplays later on, so it was still a close game, I felt.
Yeah, very close game there. Not the usual, like the Junkrats, the Hanzos, the real delays for Abathur, but the Tassadar and Malfurion, I thought really came in handy there, trying to delay those objectives, but in the end, just overwhelming kill pressure from Nanoed Abba took game number 2. Now, going into Infernal Shrines, we saw some very... it looked like a very interesting draft from you guys, not taking a standard solo laner, as it were, but as the game unfolded, that Lunara versus Sonya matchup and that Alarak versus Mal'Ganis and Phoenix proved to be extremely useful. Is that Alarak a comp that you've practiced a lot before?
I wouldn't say it's been practiced a lot. DK used to play it quite a bit. So he was asking us how it looked there. We were contemplating switching the pick, but ran out of time in the draft to get him off of the Alarak cover. But we knew it was a good pick into Phoenix and Tass. And I told my team right from the start of the game, I'm like, if they give me Lunara, I am playing it this game 100%. So I definitely wanted to take it. And then the call for me to go into the off lane there and double soak against Sonya was kind of on the fly. So game 3 was a little bit more on the boring side for me, just double soaking, but I got to play Lunara, so I was happy.
Fantastic work there. Definitely showing the speed of Lunara and that double clear, slowing down that Sonya movement speed. You got a big experience lead there. Definitely working in your favor. Now that last core call, 4v4, you saw the shielding gone on that core. Did you feel like that was... And that turned out to be the Lunara poison there, just barely finishing off the core at the end. Was there any indecision in that call, or was it just sort of you saw the opportunity and you took it there in game number 3?
So yeah, for the last core call, that was basically no doubt on that call. I mentioned that there was Katas pressuring top and the shield was down. So Mareri instantly said, well, we run at them then. So we just went straight to core. And then on the core, we all knew not to bother hitting them at all. We were just focusing core. So that's why I used both leap charges on the core, which is what got me the poison on there to get that damage in.
Absolutely.
The game.
Very strong push, very good focus fire there. The Sonya managing to clean you up, but could not clean up that poison. And that gives you a 2-1 victory. Fantastic. So going forward from this series, I believe that puts you at an even record on match wins, if I do recall.
With the forfeit from Zombie Eradication Squad, I think that's our third win. I think that's our third match.
Ah,
win.
that was right. You're about even on map wins. I remember looking
Yeah.
at that early that you had gone almost even on maps, but it just hadn't panned out in a couple of series there. But that win very useful. Probably looking forward to the playoffs here.
Yeah, go ahead.
With the season rapidly coming to possibly the end here, we're past the midway point. Are there any opponents left in the remaining weeks that you're looking forward to playing the most?
Let's see. So we have Abba Murky Colt tomorrow. That was a late schedule. We just got that scheduled the other night. So, I don't really know much about them. So that'll be an interesting matchup. We have Bronze 6 left, and I'm not sure who our other one is after that. I'd have to look. But, and I mean, as far as like the matches, I wouldn't really say I have a particular one that I'm looking forward to because I think the rest of the teams left, I don't really know much about them. They're either new names or I haven't played against them. I think the biggest wild card game for us moving forward is Bronze 6 because their results have kind of like stumped me a little bit in terms of their matchups against what I believe to be teams that are a little bit on the weaker side versus teams that are a little bit on the stronger side. So I think like moving forward, they're probably the one I know the little most or least about.
Okay. So some wild card matches coming up for you here. Those are always exciting for sure. Okay, so any shout outs before I let you go?
So shout out to everyone watching. Shout out to Phoenix Rising Esports for all the support that we get from them and all the help. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Nanoed ABBA. Great series. It was fun. Definitely some close games, especially game 2, game 3. And looking forward to moving on in the season.
Fantastic. So
and shout out to you as well for casting. Thanks for the cast.
entirely my pleasure. Thanks for coming on by, Karama.
Yep, have a good one.